Well, what do you say we have Cracker Barrel talk time? That's right. Once again, Cracker Barrel comes up on the menu. But here's something a little bit different, maybe you don't know about. All right, Cracker Barrel is now renaming itself again. You see, they did that Bud Light disaster by getting rid of the guy sitting next to the Cracker Barrel and going to a new glitzy style, sort of like a Denny's. Well, apparently that didn't work out too well. There's been a huge backlash, and they have now saying, okay, we're going to put the guy back on with a Cracker Barrel. But what are they doing with the inside of the restaurants? Are they still going to try to do the big makeover, getting rid of the country style look and turn it into a Denny's, like I said? All right, here's something you probably don't know. You go into Cracker Barrel, you have to go through the general store where you end up buying $20 worth of candy and trinkets, or you even get in the place. But when you're sitting there at your table waiting to be served, they have this little triangle. You've probably seen it. Little triangle with these little golf pigs in it. These little ball markers, not ball markers, but setting up your teeing up your ball. Now, there's a whole bunch of these little tees, and the idea is to play a game almost like checkers, like you try to eliminate the tees. Now, on the block itself, it's right in the wood. Here's what it says. You get only one left. You get one left, you're a genius. You get two left, you're pretty smart. If you have 3 pins left, well, you're just plain dumb. And if you've got 4 more left and you can't do it, you're an ignoramus. You're an idiot. That's what it used to be when Cracker Barrel was Cracker Barrel, before it became the new Cracker Barrel. Because on the inside, aside from changing the look from the country quaintness to a Denny's, they've also changed the pig game. The pig game no longer says what I was telling you before. No. The pig game has been changed because now it says, number one, you got 1 pig left, you're a genius. You have 2, it says, rocking the chair, but not the game. And then finally, number 3 says, well, you need to try over again. Don't be embarrassed. Start over again. Really? We've gone that soft with the pig game? Well, gee whiz, you got 3 left. Don't feel embarrassed. Try over again. You'll do better. Please. That's not the way things work in the real world. You fail, someone go, oh, don't be embarrassed. Just try over. No, you get up and you say, hey, I failed. I learned something. And every time you fail, you learn something you didn't know before. And eventually you're going to say, I learned all the things I fail at, so I'm going to try something that's going to work. Well, here with the pig game, that's exactly what they did. So yes, their stock at Cracker Barrel, it dropped 12%. They've lost a whole bunch of money. They're changing their signs, now changing them back. But they changed the pig game. And that tells you exactly what the problem is. This Julie Masino, who became the CEO back in 2023, she's about as far progressive as it gets. And the majority owners of Cracker Barrel are 2 particular hedge funds. One is BlackRock, the second Ventura. They are about as DEI as you can get. And they're pushing all that stuff onto those stores that they own the majority of. So now you understand what's going on, folks. Yes, Cracker Barrel is, well, putting the name back, putting the man back next to the barrel, sitting there because that's a real person, the uncle of the guy who created the Cracker Barrel. By the way, I think he passed away in 1998. But they're going back to that. But what about the things they did inside? And now you realize they changed the pig game. And that tells you everything you need to know. It's not you're now an ignoramus. No, don't feel embarrassed. Try again. Wussies. That's what's going on, folks. Now you know something about Cracker Barrel you didn't know before, but now you have been advised. Act accordingly.